Coca and I, when we were researching this story, said to each other, hey, can you name the owner of the Arizona Coyotes? And I couldn't. And I thought I could name every owner of all the four major sports. Well, this guy, Alex Murriello, is a Cuban American, the first ever Latino majority owner in the National Hockey League. Never heard of him. Never heard of the fact that he owns the Sahara in Vegas. Never heard of the fact that he owns a bunch of TV and radio stations on the West Coast. Never knew he was a Cuban American billionaire. Nothing. I didn't realize that he took over majority of the Coyotes back in 2019 from a guy who I hadn't heard of, Andrew Barraway. I don't know what I've been doing. Did you know that only a month and a half ago, the former owner of the Coyotes, the then minority partner of the Coyotes, were you aware that he was permanently banned by Gary Bettman? Done. He was accused of strangling his wife, kicked out of the NHL, had to sell his shares to Alex Murriello. I cannot roll my R's properly. I apologize. We're just going to call him Alex. For purposes of this discussion, Alex is the current owner. Andrew was the former majority owner who became the minority owner, who now is the zero owner. So just a few months ago, Alex became the complete owner of the Coyotes. The only thing I knew about the Coyotes is that they played in a college rink. Coca, I believe, went to a game there, right, Coca? What was it? 5,000 was the capacity. And I thought that the whole purpose of playing in Mullet Arena, thank you, Coca, was that they had a deal done where they were building a new rink, a new arena in Arizona with the concomitant ancillary development, and that it was a done deal. Why else would they be playing in Mullet Arena? It turns out, joke's on me. I was wrong. There was no done deal at all. It had to be voted on by the people. Here's a quick word of advice to people trying to get public financing. Avoid public votes like the plague. Don't go for anything that requires a referendum. You're likely to lose. The people in Arizona chose a landfill over a new hockey rink. And now that the referendums have lost, the Coyotes are screwed. All of the money that they thought they were getting, all of the public money to build this arena, to have this ancillary development, it's gone. So now what do? Well, you get your statements ready. It's as though the Coyotes were not ready to lose these propositions, or I call them referendums, because the statements that came from the Coyotes president and from Gary Bettman, I found to be not even close to good enough. There was going to be this 16,000-seat arena. They were going to have a music venue. There was going to be residential, luxury retail, restaurants, hotels. It was going to be near the airport. It was going to be amazing. That's what I thought was done. Now that it's not done, this is what the team president said. Xavier Gutierrez, we are very disappointed that Tempe voters did not approve propositions 301, 302, and 303. As the mayor said, it was the best sports deal in Arizona history. Quick hint. When you're marketing a vote, you don't ever want to say, when there's going to be a referendum, you don't want to say, listen, this is the best, because what you're really saying, it's the best of things that are looked at as the worst of all deals. So being the best of the worst, not really the position you want to say. But anyway, we've got a little double down here when the mayor said, hey, this is the best sports deal in Arizona history. The Coyotes, according to the president, wish to thank everyone who supported our efforts and voted yes. Community leaders stepped up, became our advocates, and we're grateful. The countless volunteers who worked so hard to try to make the Tempe Entertainment District a reality. Notice how he didn't say the arena. He said the Tempe Entertainment District. He thanked the Tempe City Council for their support as well. While we wanted a different outcome, we remain grateful to all those who volunteered their time and talent. This is a bunch of malarkey. My statement after losing was very simple. Gutierrez ends it with, what's next for the franchise will be evaluated by our owners and the NHL over the coming weeks. No, Not even close to good enough. Are you telling me that you were so sure you were going to win the propositions that you did not in any way plan for them to fail and you were not prepared? That's like being a 70% favorite in an election and having no concession speech written by anybody. Your advisor is always writing the concession speech as well as the acceptance speech. Always. The best you're going to do is now figure out what's next? No. They lost. Here's what you say. What the voters have done today is ended the possibility of the Arizona Coyotes being a hockey team in Arizona. There is a National Hockey League team, a professional sports league team that will be forced to relocate because of what the voters did. It is absolutely their right to do it, but their actions will have consequences. We are in touch with the National Hockey League to formally apply to relocate, and we will be entertaining options starting immediately because staying at Mullet Arena is not acceptable to any of our partners in the National Hockey League. Aloha. You've got to make people suffer for the fact that they did not approve your entertainment district, even if it had been a bad deal, even if you thought you may lose, even if you weren't expecting to win, which of course they were. Make the people realize when you don't want professional sports, have at it, you're going to lose it, and you're going to pay 5 times as much to get it back. I'm talking about you, Seattle. Gary Bettman said the NHL is terribly disappointed by the results of the public referenda regarding the Coyotes Arena project in Tempe. We're going to review with the Coyotes what the options might be going forward. Are you kidding me? You are the commissioner of the NHL. Now you're going to start reviewing options? Why don't you tell us that you've already reviewed them and you're ready to act right now? You are going to be a laughingstock in every other community when you try to get public financing if you come out so soft after losing a vote like this. You got to come out strong, hard, resolute, and this is it. No, we're going to spend some weeks. We're going to get together. We're going to take a little break because we're so tired from getting out the vote that we're going to regroup. You know who says they're going to regroup after a loss? Losers. We're not regrouping. We're coming at you harder. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll give you a wait to see, and it's going to be official. The Arizona Coyotes are relocating.